currently live, correct? Yes, it is. And this one. Alright. I feel like this is going to definitely be the first couple of minutes of every single one of my streams from now on. I gotta stop that. That's somebody else's music. I have found that generally you can't hear it anyway, but okay. Set that on loop. Okay. So, what I've done is I have run a tofu plan. So, what I'm doing now is I'm looking over the tofu plan. Select the provider. So it's going to will be read during apply. Will be created. This will just be read. The output path, so that's picking up the zip file. Should know better than to highlight stuff. My terminal. Copy and take me somewhere to try and paste it. So that is archive file Lambda. Archive file Lambda. And we found out yesterday that archive file is actually a thing. Each one of these things is actually a tofu command that can run. So archive file, that's the first thing that's going to run. But it's just going to run, right? This doesn't create, just data, which means it's kind of read. Okay, that makes sense. This is reminding me of what I learned yesterday. Okay. So we've got the Lambda. This is going to create the API gateway for hello. And that is down here. This is because of the dependency graph, like it was saying last night. It reads up the whole file and then figures out what's related so that it knows what's at the top and what doesn't rely on anything else, meaning that everything else needs those to be started up first. For those to exist anyway. So creating hello, that's the resource, okay. And a stage environment for hello, I guess. Integration, hello. Okay, so it creates this and then this. The proxy, okay. Gateway integration. Then the gateway v2 route will be created. Okay. Stage will be created. Which I'm assuming is the environment, or I can't remember what they call it in here. It's basically the environment. It's a staging environment. Okay, that makes sense. Then the IAM role will be created. back up here. IAM role will be created. It'll be created by reading this document. So it doesn't say that will be read like it did with the other one. But basically it's going to start with this, and it's only going to fire this off because it's needed for this. Role, and then the policy attachment attaches the policy to that role, even though when you're creating the role you give it that policy. That seems a little redundant. I mean, to me, I would think if I'm creating this role and this is the role policy here, then, oh, it's, I remember now yesterday. So this is creating the role for the Lambda with a document that says, here's the role for executing a Lambda. And then it's attaching this ability, AWS Lambda basic execution role, to that policy. So this is just like a generic policy that I think assume role is specific. God dang it, I do it every time. Where's assume role? That's where I was at. Out, hello. We're in the role. There we go. Assume role. The policy attaches that. Then the Lambda function itself is created. Lambda permission hello will be created. So on the Lambda, there will be permission created for that. Terraform data build will be created. Where did we jump to? Oh, we jumped to the Lambda being created. So here's the Lambda function itself. It depends on the data build. So that will happen first, right? Doesn't look like it. I mean, if this is going top down here. But, so, the Lambda is created. The Lambda permission hello will be created right here. Allow API gateway invoke. So this lets the API gateway invoke the Lambda function, because that's basically what's going to happen, right? A request comes into the API gateway, and the API gateway decides what Lambda needs to respond to that, and it calls the Lambda with your credentials, I'm assuming, but that's for another day. So there's the Lambda permission that we just created. Terraform build will be created. Is that up? Terraform data build will be created. Terraform data build. Okay, so then we'll go and compile the Go program and create a function.zip. Does this actually deploy it there? I mean, this says a lambda is going to be created, but it doesn't have the function yet to shove out there. So, manage policy, prefix path, tags all, inline policy. Oh, we want this one. The lambda function itself will be created. Okay, so this is just setting the machine aside. The machine. Will be created a resource AWS Lambda permission. Hello. And Terraform data build. Build tags Lambda node PC bootstrap. From there, zip it up into the module's path in a function.zip bootstrap and remove bootstrap. Oh, so this zips it all up, or this builds it into a executable called bootstrap, and this zips up bootstrap into that function.zip file, and this removes the okay. I had to go through this same thing yesterday, so you know, hey, I'm slow, but I'm dumb. And this, and it said archive file got read at the very beginning, right? And see, I guess I always thought that that's what kicked off the other thing is, okay, you want to read the hash of that file, you're going to need to build it first. So this would make that happen. But it looks like Terraform build is happening way down here at the bottom. All right, well, list functions, I think. Yeah. First AUPI dev puppy list. Well, that's from a while ago. I need to figure out how to run the command to get rid of that. But that's okay. Do we want to run this and deploy it? Let's do tofu plan. And we'll do, I think it's out. Tofu, apply. Oh. Whew. Okay. My first Amazon AWS deploy. Oh man, this stuff makes me nervous. Oh. Error creating archive. Error archive could not archive missing file function.zip. Okay, so it seems like it was having a problem archiving the file, obviously. Data archive file, line 37. Duh. It is archive file. But it's trying, I think it's trying to read, feels like those are out of order. Help me find the problem. Keeping him in plan mode. Can't do no damage that way. All it can really do is piss me off from there. Which AI kind of specializes in, actually. Try again. The problem is a path mismatch. Look at the local exec command in the archive file data. Local exec, the zip command. Okay, it wants to go into this directory, function.zip. This runs after cd path module, so it creates the file at source function.zip. Archive file data source. Is it because it's in where did the function file go? Okay. Oh, these are Git files. Holy source go lambda source function zip. And that's what it's talking about. So it's looking for the file in info function.zip. Two different locations. Path module. Isn't that what it does? CD path module, then up one directory, then into source. So it's like that needs to be shoved into a path. I need to do is I need to output this to Bootstrap in the path module. So I think what I need to do is put path module here. Actually, Lambda list functions. There's still just the one up there. Okay. Oh no, there's more. API dev health check. There's 3 of them up there. Where there are 3 functions. Master zip. Well, let's okay. So it's a tofu apply. Refreshing state reading Lambda. Refreshing state. Archive creation error. Could not archive a missing file. Okay, so it just blew up right at the beginning of the archive file. And since it wasn't able to do it, now did I fix that? We'll see. We probably need to get a new plan, don't we? Tofu plan. Out. And I do want it in the info. Hopefully it'll just override it. Huh. Errors. But here, before that, it doesn't error when I run tofu plan. No, I did. Actually, yeah. Now where is it creating it? I'm assuming it's creating this in source, but I'm not seeing it in there. So it is managing to delete the bootstrap file. There's no bootstrap in there. Yeah. So it's writing the function zip up to path module and then deleting bootstrap. It looks right. God, it's coming up on 1 a.m. Yes, I'm using the big pickle. You gonna eat that pickle? Oh, just so I can take a little break. Have a little Scooby snack. Come on, man. Oh, yeah. What's the point of doing it off camera? I'm just gonna shove it right there in the camera. Okay. I was doing pretty good for a minute there. Now it's having some real serious problems. The context is only at 17%, so there's no reason it should be having any problems. Let me do this. Not agents, models. Communicate 3. Oh. Yeah, that reminder was just yeah. Can't use Kimmy K3. I'll say it didn't say free next to it, but I thought I'd try it anyway. Always trying to get over. And all these, and these are all non-freeze. I need to stick with the freeze. I mean, Big Pickle should be fine. Hopefully that's enough to get the big pickle unstuck. But what is it? What did it think? Okay, so the problem is a path mismatch. Look at the local exec command, the archive file data source. Local exec, the zip command, zip j's function. This runs after cd path module and then back up a directory one and into source, so it creates a file at source function.zip. No. That's not right. There's our and. And this is just setting some variables before it runs the build. And this build is outputting to a file called bootstrap inside of path module. Its path module should be path.module should just be this path, right? So it is creating it in source function and not in the base. Now, is that because I don't know what path module is? I mean, you can go back up and then source function. I mean, it seems like it wants to do this. Wish I had a better error, like, hey, I was looking for this file in /function. I know what it is. Path module is in infra because that's where I'm running it from. That's why this goes up one. If we look at the folder structure, here's main, and that's the path.module. So that's going to go up one directory and then back down source to create the function. What we want is path module up one directory and then function. Oh, wow. It really changes the function a bit. Okay. Wonder if I need to delete the Terraform lock or something. Definitely want to delete that. Probably want to delete that too. But before I do that, I want to... I mean, I didn't see it out there in my Lambda list. Yeah, it can't do it. Why? Why? Go build tags no RPC -o is the output file to a file called bootstrap inside of that source folder. Inside of here. Which it does. That's where it creates the function as well. Let's see, path module should be up here in infra, right? Let me delete this too. Huh. Okay. That's a little weird. That one opens and closes just fine. This one's having some problems. Okay. Don't like it at all, do it? It's having a hard time even just finding that icon for the open folder. Okay, there's something weird here, but let's see if we can figure out what it is. So this is going into source and it's putting function into source. Well, I mean, it shouldn't now, right? Okay, providers I'm not worried about. Oh, because main.go hasn't changed. These are the hashes. Let's delete this then. Can't make it worse than doesn't work. Inconsistent dependency log files. Okay. I'll delete the whole thing then. See if this boots. Trying another little experiment over here, and it is not going well so far, but okay, so this is going to put yeah, I don't see any reason why there should be a problem here.
Voiceover off.
See if I get a chime. I haven't got a chime from it in a while. Nope. No chime that time either. Choose a network and then it's going to want to rebuild again. Yep, starting recovery again. We're in this freaking loop. But I couldn't have gotten to a working desktop. So I've got an old 2018 MacBook Pro Intel Mac with a D2 chip, and I've heard good things about Omarchi just being able to install. And I'm like, what a great way to reuse some old hardware that can't get the latest Mac on it. If I can get Omarchi on here, that's It's my arch of choice anyway, by the way, so it's perfect. Back to this. So we were CLI, inconsistent. Now I deleted all of that. Let's run it again. Inconsistent log files. Oh. Yes, because you need to run tofu in it to create those files, dumbass. That's what the tofu init does, is install those things and create that file for us. Okay. Now we should be able to say tofu plan and out. Yes. Yeah, see, it worked this time. The TF plan works just fine. Back, whoa. Back to code. Now, if path module is always infra, which I think it is, which is why it goes up a directory and then down to source to find commands and hello and main.go. And since there should be no hashes, oh, there's a bunch of hashes in the Terraform log file. HashiCorp archive and AWS. So those had nothing to do with it. So this must be node modules, basically. Okay. There's plan. All right. Nope. Same problem. But should be able to go back to code now. And function is actually out in that directory where it's supposed to go. So got that right anyway. Error creating archive file, could not archive missing file. I don't want you to archive that. Is the command wrong? Is the bootstrap supposed to be the first argument? What's it? Zip-J, right? Which should I think I have zip installed. Should just zip dash help. Dash J is not even list. Oh, there it is. Junk. Don't record directory names. Okay. And then type zip dash L for software license zip. Options B path dash B path. No, path to compressed zip, path to file or directory, path to another file or directory. So it is the path to the compressed file that you want to write, and the path to file or directory that you want to compress. bootstrap file. Yes. Now the problem is in the next one. And this one's going to path module function.zip. Which, that should be fine. Because it shouldn't, see, that shouldn't be right. If path module is actually this infra folder, then if I ran the zip, then it should be in infra functions. So when I read it here, it should be in infra functions. Now I need it to go, whoa, I'll do that. And I don't think I can do anything about it. I think I have to I think this just alright. Okay. Dang it. Create role is now the problem. Oh yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. That's me opening and closing NeoTree so many times. Okay. This is better anyway. Function zip is at the top, right where it should be. Go Lambda. It doesn't tell you anything more about it. Interesting. Okay. So now we've moved on to a different error. I mean, there's no reason that shouldn't have worked, because it would have been putting function.zip into the infra folder. And then looking for it in the infra folder, which it should be there. Entity already exists. Role with the name go lambda already exists. So let's tofu apply destroy. Oh. Only the full word yes. Okay. Yeah, so because it had already created all that. Okay. Now, what was the error I was getting? Okay. This is a state drift issue that I am roll go lambda eggs. Import it into state. Tofu import tells tofu that existing role is mine. Adopt it. Delete it from ABS. I'm assuming that the role only existed because of a previous run. So let's try to reapply from that plan. No. Can no longer be applied. Interesting. I did not know that. So, tofu apply, destroy. Oh, we just did that. What we want to do is remove. No. No. What I want to do is remove plan. There we go. I don't know if TF state needs to be there. I'm assuming it gets overwritten. So, try the tofu plan again. Now we're on 22 though, aren't we? No, 21. I'm 80% through my life. Yes. Okay. Okay. Fuck. See, it's trying to create a role. Responsive status. Request ID entity already exists. A role with name Go Lambda Exec already exists. Let's do this first. Tofu. Wow. Tofu. Apply. Destroy. Okay. Then, what are we doing? Oh yeah. We're going to delete that role. AWS IAM, delete role, role name, go lambda exec. Error. Calling delete role cannot delete. An entity must detach all policies first. Let's see if AI knows the command for detaching the policy. see that, are you? Okay. Detach role policy, role name, go lambda exec, policy arn, execution role, that basic execution role that it added. Okay. Then AWS IAM delete role. Oh, yeah. The other command that we just ran. Okay. Now, remove, plan, apply, and let's do another tofu plan. Okay. Oh, still creating. Looks like it might be doing better than it has been. Oh, yeah. All right. And I'm assuming that role that was left over in the policy, it's all coming from this. So it was in there. Oh, sorry if you could hear that. Better out thinning. Okay, so I think I understand this all now. Oh, yeah, I got one of those weird mice that have a scrolling mouse wheel that just keeps scrolling. And I have a tendency to flick the bean a little harder than flick the wheel a little harder than I mean to. All right. So that is an hour stream. And shit, maybe I'll do another hour tomorrow. If you're watching this, seek help. Sorry.